Do our bodies know how to choose the best egg? I'm Dr. Lucky Seacon, a double board certified OBGYN and REI, and I want to answer this common question that I get. It's actually one of the most common misconceptions. But first, since a lot of people evidently do not understand how ovulation works, I want to show you my diagram here that illustrates the ovaries and these bubbles of fluid called follicles and the eggs they contain. These are not all the eggs that you have. At any given snapshot in time, you have a very limited subset of the total number of eggs that you have that bubble up to the surface in these bubbles of fluid called follicles. And those are the eggs that are recruited, so to speak. Okay, so then what happens? At the beginning of your cycle, your pituitary gland starts to churn out. Your pituitary gland sits in your brain and it starts to churn out FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone. This signal reaches both ovaries. And it's kind of like a lottery in that randomly one of these follicles gets selected to be the dominant follicle. And it's kind of like whichever follicle responds first. And as this grows and expands, it overtakes these other bubbles of fluid, and the egg, which is microscopic and floating inside, gets pushed through the different stages of development and becomes mature and capable of being released and then fertilized by sperm. Here's what happens next. Your brain then sends out another signal called LH, or luteinizing hormone, that then causes this enlarged dominant bubble of fluid or follicle to rupture and release a single egg. And that egg then has an opportunity to be fertilized by sperm if there's sperm sitting there waiting for it. All of these other guys that were recruited that never had a chance to ovulate just dissipate. They die off, go away, never to be seen again. And it's not for lack of being good follicles. It has nothing to do with merit. Sayings like survival of the fittest or may the best follicle win do not apply here. If it worked like that, people would have a much easier time getting pregnant. People would not have miscarriages, right? Because your body would know how to choose the best one, and it would have the pick of the litter. It would have the ability to choose from a large number of follicles. But the truth is, it's a random selection process. It's much like a lottery. And this is why anyone, even someone in their 20s who's considered to be in their reproductive prime years, can ovulate an abnormal egg. And this is why anyone can have a miscarriage. There are going to be some months where you ovulate an abnormal egg, even though you did everything perfectly. You took the supplements, you lead a healthy lifestyle, you timed it perfectly. Sometimes it's just a losing proposition because human reproduction is inefficient. And if you understand this, you're going to feel less frustrated and understand why persistence pays off.